Okay, check 1 2. All right. So for some reason, NVIDIA broadcast just completely failed me. So anyway, welcome everyone. I'm Crash's RT Motorsports. This is the second time we're trying this stream here. The first time I had to stop the stream because we're going to be doing something pretty cool with my laptop right there, and that is we're going to actually be doing picture-in-picture racing. So this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be pretty cool. I'm not exactly sure how well it's going to work, but I have a bunch of capture cards going, so I kind of think, maybe there might be some conflicts because there are different types of capture cards. We're going to give it a shot in just a moment. Let me just make sure that NVIDIA broadcast is actually going to want to play fair. Let's see. Because I kind of need it with my other mic. NVIDIA broadcast, there you are. But I hope everyone's having a great weekend. Happy Sunday to everybody. Yeah, for some reason it just froze up again on me. Not sure what's going on there. Not responding. Might need a new version of it. Might be a new version out there somewhere. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it going. But I do got motion turned on right now. We're going to take a look at that, see how that's running. Yeah, for some reason, NVIDIA broadcast does not want to run today. So strange. Anyway, let me show you some of the views that we are going to be messing with here. So obviously that would be the black background is my camera on my hat, kind of down in the chair. But you can see the picture-in-picture up there. That is a laptop view on the top right. On the bottom right, we have my normal NVIDIA face cam. But now this is the opposite view. And I have it set where it should go back and forth automatically. Give it a shot and see if it actually works. Let's see, let me try to... see if maybe some processes in the background are just hogging up too much. Discord. Starting to feel like I might need a new power supply because when everything starts going completely full tilt, I notice my CPU is not really being hit that hard. My memory is really not being hit that hard. But I am on the lower end of what should be acceptable for a power supply for my system. I'm kind of feeling like that's starting to become an issue. Hey, Jesse, what's going on, man? What is going on? Trying to get my system, of course, not wanting to play fair and play nice right now. So trying to get that up and running. And let's see. Oh, there you go. It's always a good time. Okay, I don't see camera hub turning on. Try broadcast one more time. Because I really do need it for my other mic. My other mic, it picks up everything in the room, and that could potentially be super loud and super distracting. All right, let's see. Finally got it running. Let's switch this over and let's see how this works. Check 1, 2. Okay. Check, check. Check, check. All right, so we are good now. We are now running NVIDIA broadcast. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So I'm going to switch over. Let's get this view up here. And I'm going to switch over and we're going to get in the rig and see how everything is working there. Okay, so we're inside the rig right now. Everything is switching over. That is definitely awesome to see. Let's make sure audio is coming through correctly. Seems like it is. Let's see. Ooh, too many wires. That is the downside to this sort of setup. So many wires. So many wires. For some reason I'm getting something caught. What the? All right. That. Let's get the stream. All right, so far everything is working the way it should be. And let me get chat where I could actually see it. Brain scan. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels, you know? But this is the first time I'm trying to do this setup here. I definitely have to do some wire management and get everything working there. Let's see. Let's get the wheel all set up. Let's see. Okay, so that's going to the correct spot. Boom. Boom. Okay. Throttle. Brake. Clutch. All right, cool. So we should be able to drive now at least. And let me sit in the car here. Let's see what happens. Oh. What is going on? Ah! Why is that happening? Oh, that feels weird. And something's definitely going on there. Let's reset this wheel here. I'm going to switch this view over once we, why is that going in the opposite direction? Huh. That is strange. Okay, let me switch this over so that way you could all kind of see what I'm talking about here. All right, so you see my wheel here. You see the digital wheel up there. Now, as I'm turning left, it's turning to the right. Why is it doing that? That is very strange. I've never seen that happen before. Never had that issue. So let me switch this back. Over and let's close out iRacing and restart it. I've never had that's whole new issue. It's always some crazy weird issues with my computer. Never seems to be my rig or anything like that causing the issues. Always seems to be my computer doing weird things. All right, we're starting the sim back up again. If anyone has ever experienced anything like that, definitely let me know. Never had that like inverse thing going on. Kind of wondering if this other computer will automatically attach itself to my car. This a bit. I can tell you, picture-in-picture sim racing is not cheap. Definitely not cheap. I had to basically pay for another version of iRacing, and any content that you're racing with, they want you to at least have the car and the track, the spot. And I'm for now going to do a spotter view, but also I could watch the race and do like a ghost car thing if I'm having someone else spot for me. So if I'm doing team racing, the way to probably go about that is to do a watch and do like a ghost car. And so that way I'm not taking up one of my spotter spots, essentially. Still loading the sim. All right, it's going to make me actually choose a different session, it looks like. Actually in. Okay. I'll take it. Still doing this inverse thing. What is up with that? Doing that. Let me. Anyone has ever had your sim experience AccuForce do this, please let me know. This is the first time I've ever had any sort of weird issue related to my wheel. Never had this happen before. This is a whole new one. All right, so now it seems to be going in the right direction, but I have the software turned off. See what happens when I turn the software back on. Launch. Cool, it's going in the right direction now. That was getting me a little worried. Never had that happen before. Okay. All right, so let's switch this view over so that way you could kind of all see what's going on here. All right, so we do have the picture-in-picture mode kind of going on. And we'll see if that actually updates. Yeah, look at that. So it automatically attached to me, so that's awesome. Is that Norman? Hold on, let me switch this over so I can see chat, because I can't see chat. Norman, what's going on, buddy? And so right now, let's do a little bit of practice. Get on the track and actually start driving. Hey, Luciano! What's going on? Oh, my seat's a little too far back. Gotta love a seat slider. Brazil! What is going on? Is that an area in Brazil? I don't know why it's not wanting to downshift. Oh, okay. Is that where you're from? So this car definitely handles very differently than what you experience in the GT3 cars. Finding myself having to slow down in areas a lot more than I did in the GT3. So far, motion, everything is working just fine, just as expected. Just was a little bit of rough start, kind of getting everything to want to play nice with each other as far as the software goes. Hopefully there we go. So the view just changed over automatically. I don't know if you guys are actually getting any of the desktop audio. It doesn't seem like it. There we go. Love Road America. Definitely love Road America. There's going to be a race in about an hour that we're going to try to do, so we're going to get some practice here. I think it's a fixed race. Maybe an open race. If it's an open race, I'm definitely going to have to get the setup going. Definitely a little bit or a lot of it slow through there. Rig is feeling really good though, I can tell you that much. We're going through turn 8. Going up to the carousel. One of my favorite turns up here, the kink. This one here. This baseline setup definitely is not giving me any favors at all. I definitely had to get off the throttle and get on the brakes a little bit there. That's GT3, you just hold that pedal down and you just pray that you hit that line right. And pray that your tires are willing to hold you. You guys let me know what you like about the timing. I have it set to switch views every 3 minutes to the TV view, and then every 30 seconds to go back. If you want to see more of that TV view live, definitely let me know. I'll adjust the timing when we get a chance. I have not seen that view switch out again. I don't know if has not been enough time. Very possible. Okay, let's stop here real quick. Let's go back to the pits. Oh, there it goes. All right, so it does switch back. I was getting kind of worried that it won't switch back. It definitely does switch back. So that's awesome. So that's working. Okay. I was like, did it stop working? What happened here? All right, cool. Cool. So it's still working. One thing I definitely want to do is I want to adjust the height of my driver in this car. I think it's a little bit, yep, so it's negative. So let's bring that back to 0, and I think that's going to be more of an immersive, accurate view. You can definitely see the mirror a little bit more. Also, this monitor definitely got bumped in when I was trying to set things up. Clumsy, I kept hitting everything. I don't know. Let's see. Also, what else do we want to do? Wanted to make sure that the race session wasn't going to start without us. So the next one's at 4:30, so we got an hour. We got an hour's worth of racing, an hour's worth of lovely racing with this new setup, and I'm absolutely loving it. Now check this out. Let's see if this works. It should work. Hopefully it works in both views. Where's it going? All right, I'm going to have to close crew chief. I was noticing it wasn't talking very much at all. Let's reload it. And let's see if we can get crew chief going. Kind of excited to see if this works. This took me a while to figure out how to get this to work. Let's see if it'll actually work. So I want to move this map up here. There's no reason for that map to be down there. Let's see. Okay, so now it's not working. Oh no, I didn't hit start. And it's not wanting to start. Come on, just please start. Maybe it's... Oh.
Radio check. Spotter radio check.
That's awesome. Here, let me do it again. You can see I made a little funny PNG picture of myself. And you can see it pop up in the...
Radio check. Spotter radio check.
And let's see if it works in the other view also. I don't know if it will work in this one.
Radio check. Spotter radio check.
No, I didn't make one for this one, so that's okay. That would be very easy for me to just copy that over. So let's see. Let's go back to this view. And I think I called it crew. Let's see. Crew. Image. And if you guys want to know how to do that, I could definitely do a video on it if you guys are kind of curious how to make images appear for specific sounds of audio. It took me a little bit to figure it out. How to split up the audio, how to make it split, but yet I could still hear it. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt, but once I figured it out, now I feel like I could deploy it as easily as I want to. Out of studio mode, and let's... Alright, let's see if this works when I turn on crew chief. Where is it? There we go.
Radio check. Spotter radio check.
That is so awesome. I'm like, alright, cool. So let's go back to our racing view. It's silly, but I love it. Oh man. Nothing like a little crew chief to just show up out of nowhere. Alright, let's get out on track.
Pit lane speed limit is 72 kilometers per hour.
I don't know why it keeps doing that at the end. It's like, but for some reason, I restarted my computer and everything. It was doing it every single time. So I couldn't get it to not do it. Might just be that I need to download a newer version. Because I am having some weird little issues with little pieces of software. A lot of that sometimes has to do with out-of-date drivers. So get the belts on. Kind of feel like our stream setup is almost completely where I want it to be now. Wasn't cheap. Getting another version of
P1000's clear. Don't cross the white line.
iracing, having to also, you know, pay for content twice, but I feel like it's worth it if you want it to be super immersive.
Clear. Clear to the right.
All right, we got a few cars behind us in this practice session. Ronald Spears right behind us. Behind him, George Cabrita. I don't know how fast those guys are. They might be much faster than me. I'm just trying out this GT4 for the first time at this track. Prize. I didn't get it off track there, but that's okay. I'll definitely take it. All right, so Ronald is kind of hanging back a little bit. Possibly something's going on with his setup. If this is an open setup event, I definitely have to check into that before the race. Possibly soon, because I'm going to definitely want to download a setup if we need it. We got Jorge Cabrita definitely pulling on us big time in an AMG.
Car right. Clear to the right.
I messed up that turn exit. Darn it. Familia Coil, what's going on? How's Puerto Rico doing? Doing some practice here at Road America in the GT4, the BMW GT4. Also testing my new picture-in-picture setup with my gaming laptop. A little tail slide. Can't wait. Gonna start filming my first impressions video of this rig. I feel like at this point, it's getting close to the point where I'm ready to really start talking about the rig and what I think. I've adjusted a lot of things. I've come back and changed up how I want things to be situated on the rig, modified my modified my shifter setup here quite a bit. And oh no, that's definitely an off track, but we're in practice, so it's okay.
Watch the track limits, please, Ray.
Oh man. All right, let's go back to the pits. I definitely want to check to see if we have
Watch your speed.
If we have to do an open setup or not on this race session, and maybe possibly is there a fixed setup race we could just jump into? Because that would be pretty cool. It's raining a lot. That's no fun.
Box in 5, 4, 3,
2,
1.
1.
Box now.
So loop, yes, got it all working. We are all working now, finally. I kind of, you know, someone brought up a good point to me not too long ago that maybe I'm having a lot of issues with my computer because I'm running a 3090 and I only have an 850 watt power supply, and it's an older power supply. So maybe I need to start looking at a stronger power supply, you know? I'm sure maybe when voltage and current and stuff like that starts getting a little bit lower, I might be running into some issues. But that's just an idea. I'm not really sure if that's the case, because once I get everything running, it seems to be working fine. I do want to see real quick though, is this a, let's see, is this a fully open race.
The leader's just done a 216.85.
So there is a fixed one. Let's see when that one's going to start. It probably already started. It's probably every hour. Yeah, so it already started. There is a fixed one. Okay, so I'm going to, let's switch this view over, and I'm going to download my setup, or a setup, and hopefully get that going. Okay. Instead of you guys all having to see my head duck down quite a bit, let's get the setup running. Let's see what the setup feels like, because the race starts in about an hour. So I'll give us a good amount of time to actually get some decent practice in. Let's actually get out of this session here. And let's see. What service are you all using to get your setups? If you're using setups at all. Love VRS. The only thing I hate with it, it seems to like log me out every single time. I just wish it would stay logged in. That would be so much easier. Let's see. Okay. All right. And the thing is, depending on what emails you have set up with VRS, sometimes you log into the wrong one and you don't have an account. And that's kind of what annoys me, is I forget what email I've logged into VRS with and made my account with, and then I'm like, oh, what email was that again? All right, here we go. Get the setups downloaded. We got the qualifying setup. Got the race setup. These, and I think it's documents, iracing, setups, yep, and then to the car. So it would be the BMW M4 GT4. There we go. So those, Road America. Boom. All right, so we got our setups loaded. Let's get back in. Oh, really? Oh, this wheel, honestly, I'm absolutely in love with it. I do have an issue with one button not working, and like a slight vibration on the inside that I haven't noticed today, but I have noticed on other days where it kind of sounds like maybe there's a PCB like vibrating on the inside. But overall, I gotta say this wheel is absolutely gorgeous. I don't want to use any other wheel. Now I have a dedicated LMP1 GT4 GT3 wheel that I'll use all the time. I haven't had any issues with it. But you were starting to get like weird oddities with your system before you changed your power supply, like things kind of hanging, freezing, performance sort of like out of nowhere lagging. Because like for me, out of nowhere, I'll just notice that my cursor will start skipping, certain pieces of software will just hang up or freeze. Just random things that will start lending itself to almost be like a memory issue. My memory, my RAM is fine. My hard drives are fine. So that's why I'm kind of going that way. It was restarting in the middle of a game. You upgraded 1600 watts, no problem. Also got an EVGA 3090. I have a Zotac 3090. I got it in the, not in the very beginning, but I got it towards the beginning of when they were released. And that was the only one that was in stock at the time. and it was just before they did the updates for the I think it's the MOSFETs. Is it the MOSFETs? But I know there's two different like chips that they're using on the back of the power delivery. I believe it's the power delivery. Anyway, there's two different types of chips depending on what ones you buy. I think you have the better ones. And then I know that Asus, their line has like these better ones. I don't think it's MOSFETs. Anyway, so I ended up buying that, and then NVIDIA did their updates, which kind of solved a lot of the GPU issues we were having in the beginning. Yeah, it just, you know, it's a lot of work to take everything down, rip everything apart again, you know? That's the only problem. All right, let's get into a new practice session here, and let's get practicing going. I don't know what. Let's see. Okay. So I'm gonna have to change. That's the only thing is you have to control two computers now when you're doing anything like this. So I'm having to join this session on this one and then go over and rejoin the session on my laptop. But I think it's kind of worth it. My whole goal with this live streaming setup is to try to make it as immersive as possible. So that way we're all hanging out together and enjoying it together. So I kind of feel like it was a very good trade-off to, you know, I'm gonna have to be on top of two computers, but I think it'll work out better in the end. You also got the EVGA Kingpin. Jeez. So why did you sell it? Did you not notice like that much of a gain or a reason to really have that kind of card over the normal EVGA 3090? Oh, it was overkill? Gotcha. Yeah, and I could see if you're not doing like, you know, liquid nitrogen, you know, what's really the point? You know, as far as like just going for numbers pretty much, you know, if you're doing any what do they call those? Um keep wanting to call it those competitions that people do on. Wow, I'm like blanking out on simple things here that I even participate in. Like overclocking competitions. You all know what I'm talking about. So we got the laptop loading in now. Let's switch this over because it should be up and running in just a little bit. You can see it loading up in the corner there. Oh man. Have any of you guys ever tried one wheeling? I know I've posted a few videos on this channel about one wheeling, but man, I just went one wheeling and I haven't really had. So just to kind of be very open with you all, about a month ago I had COVID, and a little bit over a month, maybe it was like July 1st, pretty much. That's when I first got it, and been having some issues ever since with just like constant congestion. My docs now think I have a sinus infection now, so I'm on antibiotics now. You know, but things are getting better over time. So I really haven't really ridden my one wheel too much because just didn't have the energy to do so. That's why it took me also so long to build this rig, and why it also took me so long to, and it's still, I'm still building. I mean, I'm still filming the video that I want to do as far as my first impressions and initial review of this rig. Because, you know, I really don't have much energy, which is kind of killing me. But I just started working out again, trying to get outside, trying to get my heart pumping. And I only did a few miles of trails today, and my legs were burning. Oh my God, my legs were done. Ooh, you can definitely see the difference between a laptop and a computer, man. This thing is still loading up. It's like it froze at 98%. Oh no. Let's see if we can wait for it to respawn. Let's see what happens. There we go. Boom. All right. It actually worked. You got it because you were in a VIP waiting list, and they emailed you saying that, okay. Yeah, anything like that, you have to, well, you have to jump on it at that point, and you probably sold it for as much or more than you paid for it. Which is nothing wrong with it.
239.61.
I definitely got to figure out what's going on with crew chief there. A little at the end. But that's lowest on the priority list.
Matching car and track data found in Sim Experience database. Profile modified.
Let's actually get the setups going. iRacing, no, not the iRacing setup. My setup. And we're going to do the Road America race setup. And let's give that a try. Again, this is a VRS setup. It didn't automatically attach to my car. I think because I just joined this session as like another racer instead of...
Looks like you're clear on the pit exit.
All right. Yeah, I'll be getting into the 4:30 race session. Oh, wow, this is a lot looser than what I was experiencing with the baseline setup. Jesse, you think you might jump in? I know you're at a pool right now, so I don't know if you're... But yeah, definitely at 4:30 I'll be doing that race. I think that race is only 45 minutes or so, so definitely should be enough time for me to do that race. Should have done the fixed race, but I missed it. Cool. This is the open, not the fixed. So from my monitor to my eyes, I think it's 31 inches.
The leader has just done a 216.02.
So much more loose. And that is not optimal, Familia. I would love to get my monitors closer, but pretty much I would have to get a whole new stand. I've kind of like maxed out this stand, actually more than maxed out, because I built wooden stands to lift the stand up taller than it was, just to accommodate this taller rig. This thing keeps whipping the tail out on me. Wow, going from the baseline setup to this one, it's like night and day. As the tire and brakes heat up. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, cool. 31. I would love to get my monitors like right behind here, but that would require a whole new setup, a whole new stand. And been thinking about buying some extruded aluminum and actually starting to build one myself, but that's going to be time. I'm not really ready for that yet, but maybe we'll do a video series on doing that. It wouldn't be difficult to do. You know, I have a saw that I could cut it with easily, and just I would have to draw it out, plan what I would want to do, because I also have my monitor stand holding my PC, so my PC is mounted to the back of it. Jesse, you lowered it for more oversteer. Look at you, living dangerously.
The leader has just done a 215.70.
Said he wanted all the sliding. All the sliding. That's the only thing, right at the kink, I'm kind of having some issues there. I don't know if maybe when the car's completely warmed up, you could stay full throttle through there. Probably would have been best for me to actually watch a video on that. How to drive this course with this car in this setup. But it is feeling better. A lot of it just might be me kind of getting used to it.
P3.
Too much throttle on that exit. You got 150 millimeters of travel. You're gonna tune it down to 120 and get them closer. Yeah, that would be a good idea. You probably really, honestly, when in a race session, you probably won't notice like that much of a difference at all.
Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace. The car ahead has just done a 217.00.
I have not seen that screen switch yet. Have you guys seen it switch yet? Oh, there we go. Every time I argue or complain about it, it switches. There we go. Oh, that was horrible. That was a horrible line. Anyway, everyone, let me know, what do you think about this new live TV view?
That puts you 2.8 off the pace. Sector 3 is 1.2 seconds off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace.
Darn it.
Track limits.
I know. Would have been a great lap. Look at that delta. 0.7 of a second faster. See if we can nail that on this next lap without actually having, you know, an off track.
Sector 1 is 0.45 off the pace.
Getting a little bit smoother every lap.
Sector 2 is a second off the pace.
Second? That's a lot. Definitely lost time on that last turn there. Could have just thrown it right on that runoff. We had plenty of runoff there.
Good lap. That's your quickest today. You've just done a 217.68.
Yeah. I figured I would try staying in fourth gear, but
Mind these track limits.
definitely way too fast. Definitely way too fast through there. Okay. So now I want to try the qualifying setup and see what that feels like. Definitely have to always make sure that you practice your qualifying setup. You don't want to be surprised once you get on the track. And so we got about 25 minutes before the race session starts.
Your exit's clear. Don't cross the white line.
Let's treat this like we're qualifying. So this would be the open parade lap to get some heat. Get that heat in the tires. Hey Jesse, are you still listening? If so, I would think that in this 45-minute race we're going to have a mandatory pit stop. Is that correct? Alright, so this would be like our first time lap. Let's see what we can do. Ideally, normally you would have more than half hour to practice your setups. But I think we could do it. Think we got it. Getting the warning there, two laps of fuel left, which is perfect for a qualifying setup. Used every bit of that runoff. Oh man, that was a little nerve-wracking. Hey familia, have a good one, man. I'll be here for a little bit if you want to come back and hang out. Thanks for dropping in, brother.
That's your quickest lap in this session. You're currently 1.8 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.5 off the pace.
Tried fourth gear again.
You've gone outside of track limits there.
Yeah. I think everyone's starting to get ready to join the race session and join that practice server. So that way they don't miss the race session. We might jump out in just a little bit and do the same. Yep. Figured being that this lap was a throwout, might as well try to hit it at a higher rate of speed. That didn't work out. Thinking maybe if I like tap the brakes a little bit, get that nose down, get the weight on the nose, and then really probably will help me actually bring that car in. Before we go through the whole thing of yeah, maybe we should do it now. As I'm thinking, it's probably going to be best if we did it now. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Let me go to perfect. And yeah, we're going to get out of this session here. All right, cool. Let's get registered to the race session. Race session is going to be starting. The well, don't know what that was. There we go. All right, so the race session is going to be starting in like 20 minutes, not even 19 minutes. So that's awesome. Get a race going pretty soon. So they do have a race pretty much every hour if you go with the BMW M4 GT4 on the Falcon GT4 Challenge. If you go between the VRS setup or whatever setup you want to run and the baseline for the fixed setup. So you could go back and forth there, which is pretty cool. See the rig starting back up. Once we actually get in, I should be able to start spotting for myself. So let's see.
All right, so it's joining in, and then we'll be doing that race session very shortly. Check one thing real quick. So, Base Labs, tool calculator. So it should have auto refuel on. We'll see if it actually does work or not. Not really sure if it will.
Matching car and track data found in Sim Experience database. Profile modified.
Copy that. Roger Dodger. For some reason, not letting me change my setup. That is very strange. Click to edit setup. Oh, there we go. I don't think I've ever had that selected before and locked. That's a new one. Laptop's almost joined in. Huh. Oh, there we go. All right. A little bit of a delay for whatever reason. All right, here we go. We are in the race view now. We are in the practice session. And yo, we are ready to rock and roll, everyone. So let's see if this kind of curious going from the practice for the race to the race, if this laptop will stay like attached to it. That would be awesome. Not really expecting anything, but we'll see what happens there.
Track's clear. Push, push, push.
Gave it a nice push in the brake. Really get the weight on the nose. As I was turning in, I noticed it kind of like snapped in when I did so. Slid way out, got an off track. I'm actually really surprised to see that this capture card still works. This is like a USB 3 of the old style USB 3 ports. Like the ones that used to be on the Samsung Galaxy, what was it, the S3 or whatever it was, way back in the day, where it had like two side-by-side USB ports. It's kind of like what this has. And I haven't used it in such a long time. I used to have issues with it back in the day, but maybe it was just a compatibility issue. I actually have a few capture cards. They're not like 60 frames per second. They're not like 4K. This is the only 4K one that I have, but it's not as far as the older models. I do have what's connected to my cameras, like this one here. This is a Elgato Camlink 4K. Newer technology, but this other one is a 4K capture card. Right now only running 1920 at 1080 from my gaming laptop, but my other ones that I have, I'm kind of wondering if they work too. I mean, it's... What was it? The USB Mini? That's what those other ones use? That'd be kind of cool if they still work as well. It'd also be cool to get a few simulators kind of set up in here and have some racing going back to back between the two simulators, and we could kind of do the same sort of deal. Capture the output of the other simulator to its monitor through one of these capture cards. Kind of have this picture-in-picture thing going here. I think that would be absolutely awesome. Because I'm even able to capture the audio.
P2.
Yeah, this is actually not feeling half bad right now. Actually really liking this. That felt really good going up that inside curb there. What was that? 13A? Turn 13A, I think it was. Really going up that inside curb and touching that inside curb.
That lap was a 219.35.
Terrible.
The leader has just done a 217.09.
Probably where it should be. I think that's what we were running in the last practice session. So, we definitely have some ground pickup.
Sector 1 time is good. Okay, Ray, we need to watch the track limits.
Actually not feeling half bad right now. Could be just this session and the track itself. Took out the DRS sign. I really got to get this car in on that corner. That one. Where are we at? 13A. Or 13, I should say. Okay, so let's come off the track here. I am going to switch up a few things that I want to do. That was a 2:18.6, still slower than what we've been doing.
The leader's just done a 2:16.45.
I gotta figure that out. I don't know what's with that little at the end there, but I don't know. Crew chief is having some issues with its voice there. Race is gonna be starting in like 3 minutes. We got a race starting in 3 minutes, everybody. And let's see. There was one thing I wanted to do. Oh, yes. On Race Labs, I definitely wanted to... Where'd it go? Love Race Labs. Race Labs is amazing. If you guys have not used Race Labs, I should do a video about it. It's so nice. My car, let's see. Change the color of my car. Yes, let's do that. Because I should have a different color car. And let's change it to... I like blue. Blue is like... Alright, so there you go. You could notify... I mean, you could easily identify me on the map because I am the blue car. Bright blue one. And... yeah. I kind of want to drop everything down just a hair more. Right there. I like that. Definitely like that. Okay. Let's get on track, everyone. Let's do this! We definitely don't have many laps of practice. Definitely have to. Let's see. Let's get that right there. Now that everything is working, now I'm getting OCD about little details here. But yeah, let me know, everyone, what you think of this picture-in-picture of the live race, the live view of the race. And also,
push now.
Also, my crew chief that pops up in the corner there, I think that's hilarious. I don't know. I like silly little things like that, and to me, that just makes me giggle a little bit. Yeah, the picture-in-picture racing, I'm in love with it. I think it's awesome, but I just want to make sure you all love it as well. I definitely have to adjust some of the graphical settings on my gaming laptop, because I noticed at points it kind of looks like it is kind of struggling a little bit. It is a little skippy. It could just be the graphics, I mean the capture card that I'm using. Oh, there